What are we talking about this week?
We'll let it roll.
Okay. Hype showed up today.
That was great.
I transcended for a minute there.
Welcome to What the Podcast. I'm Ryan.
I'm John.
And together we are
Ryan and John.
On the couch, as always, our producers, Cara Philly and Olivia Tafolla.
Hey!
Whoop. Wow, we are all on a
got a
different level
whoop,
today.
whoop.
We are feeling it today.
Yes. Happy May, everyone.
Oh,
It's
May
gonna
already.
be May.
It's May.
Can you believe that, it's basically
Gonna be May.
the half of the year is almost gone. Wow.
Is it? Wow.
June will be half, right?
Yeah.
June will be
Yeah.
half.
That is
That's my
crazy.
birthday month.
Oh, really? When's your birthday?
Yeah, June 3rd.
June 3rd. Okay.
Baby killer.
That means I've almost
Baby
made
killer.
52 videos this year.
Oh my gosh.
Almost.
Cara.
Dead.
If you
That
ever...
is crazy.
I've only made like 34.
What?
Or 35 was this week.
How? Oh, because you didn't start on
2
January.
week.
Yes,
Oh,
Olivia.
yeah, I did.
Cara.
Oh, 2 week. You're right.
2 week for a year.
I was totally
So it'll
downplaying.
speed up.
Okay.
Wow.
It's at like 35 right now.
If you ever were an adult baby, you could be baby carrot.
Okay. Well,
Or-
that's where the show's going today. I can already
My
feel
dad
it.
used to call me Caribou.
Oh,
Caribou.
that's cute.
So you guys stopped the show.
Yeah.
No, you
For
kept
that.
you
Yeah.
kept talking, but
Yeah,
I had
we were
something
talking
really
about cool
important to
stuff.
say.
Anarchy. I think there's a reason your mic is slightly lower.
Hey,
Just putting that out there. Olivia,
you want to tussle?
introduce the segment.
So now that it is the month of May, it is also Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. Clap it up.
Yes.
Woo! So what we wanted to do is just take a moment each week and honor a man or woman, a person who is of Asian heritage, and just recognize their achievements. And so this week we're talking about Jenny Han, who
All right.
I absolutely love. She is a Korean American who was born and raised in Richmond, Virginia. I think that's how you say it.
Richmond?
Richmond.
Be
Richmond.
Richmond.
Richmond. Okay.
Richmond. It's
Richmond.
capital city of
Thank
It's
you.
Richmond. You're right.
Virginia.
Oh, what'd you just say?
I don't know.
Virginman?
Now I'm messed
Oh
up.
my gosh.
Virginia?
Richmond.
Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
you got it out.
Who cares?
Okay, she is
I
an
was trying to say
executive.
Vermont. That's what was happening.
I believe it.
That's fine. You got there. It's fine. Okay, she was the executive
You know what?
producer.
Just restart the
Oh
segment.
my
Just go again. From the top of the segment.
Okay, it is
Check.
Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. Clap
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah.
I'm keeping all this in, by the
Yeah,
way.
Okay,
no,
good.
thank
Yeah,
you.
that's
Gotta
great.
be
Okay. So Jenny Han is the executive producer for all three of the To All the Boys I've Loved Before movies. And she
Yes.
also is the author of those books. So
Whoa.
it's kind of amazing. In 2014, she released the novel To All the Boys I've Loved Before, the first one. And after a week's time, wait, let me make sure I'm not misquoting. Yeah, the novel was optioned for a screen adaptation within a week of its publication.
Heck yeah.
Isn't that
So,
crazy?
for someone who hasn't read the books or seen the movies,
Yes.
what's the general consensus?
Okay, so the main character, Lara Jean Song Covey, she's a high school student who she writes, like, throughout her life, she's written these love letters to all the boys that she's had, like, crushes on. And she writes them, she even addresses them with the, like, address, everything.
Throughout her life. 5th grade.
Seals them and puts them in
freshman
this
year.
puts them in this box in her closet. And so she has no boyfriend. She's in high school, and her sister's kind of like feeling bad for her younger sister. So her younger sister sends out, mails all of the
She doesn't
letters.
know. They're just mailed. So it's like, oh, she wants to send out letters to like these people. It's already addressed. Like, I'll help out.
And so she sends them all out. And then she starts getting all of these people come back to her. But one of the letters was to her older sister's current boyfriend. So there's drama there. There's tension.
There's
also,
tea.
her older sister is
I gotta see
studying
this movie.
abroad. It's so good. I love it.
The
Pretty
first
good.
one,
First one's
the,
pretty great.
yeah, the first
I
one's
didn't
pretty
see-
good.
I don't know if I saw the second one.
The second one was all right. The
And
third
there's a
one
third
I
one?
did not see.
There's 3.
Oh, wow.
But anyway,
Watch
so
party.
yeah, so there's like drama. Do you know Noah Centineo? He's in it.
It's
one of his best works.
Yeah,
Noah
Netflix
I don't
sweetheart.
think you can say Noah Centineo without saying Netflix is
Incorporated.
Noah
Was
Yeah,
that
yeah,
his
yeah.
first thing?
No,
No,
the
I think he's been in
Fosters.
other things, but
Anyways, we're
Fosters
getting
was
off
his first
track
thing.
yeah,
here.
let's
talk
get back to
about
Jenny Han.
Jenny
Sorry.
Han.
Okay, so
I asked the question, my bad.
That's fine.
yeah, so I have
You're
a
a
video
podcaster.
of her talking about. I have a video of her talking about inclusion, and I just think she's just a really awesome writer, and I just think like her movie's so good, and so I
Well,
just
let's
wanted
check her
to.
out.
She's on Trevor Noah in this video. Let me just pop that on really quick.
Trevor Noah.
All right.
You like that guy?
You're gonna need to actually airplay to Entertainment Room like you've done this
Oh,
before.
okay. All right.
Hey, okay.
If you guys could vamp in the meantime. Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
play us a little diddle here.
Diddle diddle.
Ladies and gentlemen, a video clip.
Okay, that wasn't
There
enough
we
time.
go.
Oh, there it is.
Now we're in,
There
now
it
we're
is.
in.
And we're there.
Okay.
The story and the book, and I think what people have been connecting with. I am not a young Asian girl. Spoiler alert, I know.
All right.
But I found that I wasn't alone in connecting with the story in this film. It really is a love story that brings back everything we associate with high school and life, and maybe even things we deal with today in society. Do you think the movie did justice to the book?
I think so. I hope so. I feel like the book is all about that kind of warmth and being cozy at home and being with your friends and family and first love, and I think the movie does capture that.
Right. You chose to be a part of the story, and that was one of the conditions. And included in that is you said you wanted Laura Jean's character to be played by an Asian girl because that's who was in the book. Why was that so important to you?
You know, that's part of why it took so long to get made, because people didn't understand why that was important. And for me, it was like that was what her spirit was that she was Asian American, and it didn't have anything to do with the plot, which is why people were confused.
Right.
Because they were
Yeah.
like, well, you know, as long as the actor can, you know, get the spirit across, then it's, you don't care about age or race. And I was like, but her spirit is Asian, so it's important.
Right.
And, you know, it's really about, it's not her whole identity, but it's like a part of her identity.
A lot of the time, people think that, you know, inclusion in stories is about just telling the stories of the color of the people in the movie. And so when studio executives said to you, oh, but she doesn't have to be Asian because she's not doing Asian things, you felt like it was about more than that.
I mean, I've never seen a movie, a teen movie, very few romantic comedies even, where the lead was Asian. So to me, I wanted teenage girls to have that experience
Right.
that I never got to have.
And it's connected with everyone. And what I love about the story is how authentic it is. You know, I feel like we all used to experience rom-coms when we were younger, and then at some point, I'm going to say it like American.
Anyways, it keeps going, but
Yeah.
I just think she's
Well,
so
I love
awesome.
her
Yeah.
already.
It's really
She's
cool.
the best. But so she has some upcoming projects that are on her website. The Summer I Turned Pretty television series, which is another book series that she wrote,
Ooh.
is
The
coming to
Summer I
Amazon
Turned
Prime
Pretty.
Video and coming soon to Netflix. Notes on Love, an episodic anthology series by Shonda Rhimes, who we love. We talked about during
Shonda
Black History
Rhimes.
Month.
She's producing it or directing it? Or?
She is directing it. With one episode written and executive produced by Jenny Han.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang,
So-
book
Super
writer
cool.
turned like producer now for her own series.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Oh.
brave too that she like wanted to be so much on the public side of it. You know, when you I feel like sometimes when you write something like that, it's easy to just kind of sell the script and be done with it.
Right.
But she's clearly taken like a really personal attachment and wants everyone to know that like this is from her. And also, like she said she took a stand about the main character being played by an Asian, you know, girl, and I think that is so awesome.
Well, we talked about it like when we were talking about the Oscars and everything, like that idea of inclusion. Like it's not just like, oh, we're telling this story because, you know, it's an Asian person and it has to be because it's an Asian story. It's just like, hey, here she is, like highlighting her, and like I like what she said, like her energy. I was like,
Yeah.
no, that's just her.
It's a part
Like,
of her.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm sure that there are elements that were in the book that maybe transferred to the script that are very inherently about her world,
Oh,
and how she
totally.
grew up, and
because of the
that
way she wrote it,
interacts.
just because
Yes.
of the way she wrote it.
So
Yeah.
it would
Yeah.
make more sense. But it's what's crazy is she probably lost a lot of money because. She probably, I imagine she got bigger offers and they just were like, oh, we don't want that stupid stipulation. Like in their
Right.
head, they're like, I don't want this dumb stipulation that it has to be this thing.
I mean, now she's 3 deep into Netflix, so
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Well, she's doing it
I think
okay.
she's doing
But I'm
okay,
saying,
yeah.
it's risky to make a statement like that.
well,
because
to,
you're
and
kind
to
of-
stick to it, to
Yeah,
go,
you're,
Yeah.
no,
you're
like,
kind of asserting your dominance.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
love
like,
that.
Yeah.
oh, she couldn't get it made. Like they were gonna make the movie, but she's
Right.
like, no, it has to be like an Asian girl.
Yeah.
Like it has
Super
to be.
awesome.
Good for
Yeah.
her for
Good
Oh,
for her.
standing
course.
up.
Yeah, I just think it's so inspiring. And also, I think it's so cool. Before she was a author, she was a librarian. And so she was always
Read
around
a lot of
books.
I get that.
And then now she ended
on
up
the
writing
shelves.
books. Yeah, now she's a successful author.
Wow.
So cool.
There you go.
How do you guys feel about when you read a book
Okay.
and then when you see the movie and the character is like completely different?
Well, I have a theory about
Like
this.
let's say like so this one she was saying
You have
how
that
in
one
the
in your
book
pocket? Just all
bit.
right.
she wasn't like describing her in the book as being Asian,
Yeah.
but say in some books when it actually like describes the character to a
You see
to a
them.
T,
Oh, yeah.
and then you go
Uh-huh.
and see the movie and you're like,
Yeah, they do that in Harry Potter, right? Like somebody's eye color was different in the movie, right?
I just watched this
like
TikTok.
how do you
Did see
guys
that on TikTok?
how do
No,
you
I
guys
didn't, I
feel about
didn't.
that?
Oh, well, I mean,
I don't know. I'm not super like attached to it one way or the other. Like how they look. I feel like the way that,
the voice in your head.
yeah, like the way I'm reading it, like
As long
you
as it's
kind of-
authentic to
Yeah,
like
you
what
kind
it
of
was.
just read it as like what she said. I think that's why I like it, like the energy of the character.
I
Yeah.
started reading a book. He's good friends with Bob Goff. I can't remember his name, but I started reading the book and I was about 3/4 of the way, and I had like developed a voice for him, or what I thought he would sound
Sure.
like, And then I found out he had a podcast,
Oh.
and I was so afraid of listening to the podcast because before I finished the book, because I knew that when I listened to him, like that whole persona in my head would, like the vocal persona would change, obviously, clearly, because there's no way it's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm thinking.
Right.
So I didn't listen to his podcast till I finished the book.
Smart.
Because I was like, if I change it now, I'll lose interest in the book.
Yeah.
Because like you kind of
Figure
it's-
'em out.
It's almost like any story, any
Yeah.
movie, any book you want. You kind of like grow accustomed to
Yeah.
like the character, and that if that changes midway through, it's like so weird. You
Yeah.
know? It's almost like this isn't the same book anymore. This isn't
Yeah.
the same person
Yeah.
I'm talking to.
I have a couple examples
Yeah, give
of
it to
things
us.
that I've seen. I want to say my first thing, which if any of you read Percy Jackson, this is
Didn't
like
read it,
the
saw the
first
movie.
big thing.
Love the
was that the
movie.
character
Love the
the character Annabelle in the book was blonde, brown eyes. And then in the movie, she was blonde, blue eyes. That was a big controversy then.
Is that a plot point? Like she has a different eye color?
No,
'Cause that
but
was
they
the thing-
described her
That's
in
what she
the
was talking
book.
about in Harry Potter.
Potter,
like
yeah.
Harry's
eyes
Harry's
are
supposed to have the
blue.
same eyes as his
Oh,
mom.
his mom. Oh,
yeah.
yes.
And
I
then they
remember that in
show
the
the mom. It's like
movie.
they don't have the same color eyes,
Yeah.
and like
They
doesn't
tried
make
to
any
change the
sense.
context. I was watching
Yeah.
a TikTok. We brought that up a second ago. It was a TikTok where they had him wear contacts.
Yes, they did.
For the first shot of the film, but he was allergic to the contacts. So his eyes got all swelled up. So they say if you watch the first scene of the first movie, it looks like he's like emotional or
messed up.
something, and it's only because he is allergic to the
That's so
contacts.
funny.
Same thing with Hermione. They had her. She was supposed to have buck teeth, so they had her wear a retainer that had buck teeth. And it was so uncomfortable for her, and also she couldn't sound like herself because it was so foreign for her speech that for the first couple of scenes, if you look, she has these big buck teeth, retainer, and then they just ended up ditching it.
So those are
Interesting.
like character traits.
Yeah,
But like in this one, it's like when they describe a character as a certain way,
Same
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
that doesn't really change anything. There's that. And then a bigger one
Go ahead.
was in my favorite book series is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
Imaginary
There's
friends.
like pretty
Did
much.
I watch a movie? or a
There's
TV
6
series?
books now. They made a movie of the first one,
I watched the
and
first
they completely. One of the main girls, her name's Emma. She's supposed to create fire. like with
Okay.
her
Pretty simple.
hands. And then there's
Fire
another
girl.
girl character
CGI, come
who's
on.
like very, very side character kind of in the gang. Her name's Olive, and she has to wear lead
supposed to create
shoes
olives.
because she because she like flies. She'll levitate.
She doesn't have
and
control
she
over
has
it, right?
yeah, she
Heavy
has to wear
shoes.
heavy shoes. In the movie, I was so excited to go and see it. They flipped those characters. So
What?
Emma had the power of flying.
See, I think that's
And
what bothers
Olive
me. I
had the
don't like
power of
that.
fire, and I was
So
like,
what does it
That
matter?
changes.
It's
because
not. It's not good when it's
Yes.
not authentic to the book. Like, why would you change that?
Well,
You grow to
because
love
in the
characters,
book,
yeah,
right?
like
in the book, Emma is like the main guy's love interest, and she like uses all these powers and like all her fire stuff
Sure.
for specific things. And then in the movie, it was just like, okay, she can
So why
like
do you think
levitate.
they changed it?
I don't know.
Because I saw the movie and I didn't read the book and I didn't think it was that big a
Oh,
deal.
I still like the movie.
weird.
That
Like,
just was
why?
like
I think what you're referring to though is like what we talked about. You grow to love the characters. You know, it's like you had read the book and kind of fall in love with these characters, and there was probably a lot of like meaning to like the things they've been through with their
Yeah.
powers, right? And then you go into the movie and it's like you're kind of expecting this, and I think that I don't think there's any, like you said, there's no like necessary plot issues.
Yeah.
But I think for you, you're like you read the book and you're expecting Emma to throw fire, and
It's
she's
like, why would you
Yes.
change
and she's
that?
she's the heavy shoe girl now. So
But that's so
who
boring. It
cares?
was literally so
Maybe test
boring.
audiences were like, oh, we don't like the main girl. She's too fiery. She should be more like,
Or, like,
heavy footed.
people-
Oh my god.
like
I
it
don't
was
know.
so like
She's
the
too
firepower
fiery.
was so
Fiery.
much cooler than
we
want
having
her
to wear
more
lead
reserved.
shoes.
Well, I think there's also different, there's different struggles with those kind of things, right? It's,
Yeah.
You know, kind of come with their own thing. And I wonder, did it interact? Well, this is a good question for you because I haven't seen the movie or the book. Did it interact? Did her firepower like interact with his thing at all? Was there ever like a
Was it a
correlation
plot
between
point,
the
or
two?
was it just like,
Well,
hey,
the
let's
big
flip
thing,
these characters?
the big thing is that they go through kind of like these like wormholes to
Yeah.
like different times. And the first time he ever passes through one, he's in the darkness.
and she like
hears and she lights it up.
Oh, that kind of
And that's the first time they meet.
Oh,
so it's
see
like-
that. I get that.
It's frustrating when it doesn't
But-
line up with the book.
But it was cohesive
Yeah.
for you for the movie.
I mean, I didn't notice it, so I wasn't like, oh, that was a special moment in the book.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you ever get burned by a movie adaptation? You're a reader, right?
Hunger Games burned you, right? You didn't
But
like-
I haven't read like any of the like classic series. Like,
Sure.
I read
Hunger
Harry-
Games?
Oh, I did read those.
You know what?
I thought
Hunger
that was a good
Games-
adaptation, though. I thought
I
the
thought it was
movies were
pretty good.
cool. I mean,
I liked the book a little bit more sometimes because you can hear Katniss's like inner monologue.
That
whereas,
was
like,
what was weird
Oh.
about the movie is like the whole book is like her,
Her.
Yeah.
like reasoning with, so the whole thing is like, oh, she has to like fake that she's in love with PETA to like survive the games, right?
Yeah.
You basically see
Miss
none of
that
that
part
in
of
the
that,
movie.
yeah.
It's just like, oh, I guess they're in love now.
isn't
like,
that amazing the difference between like on screen and between
Different
the pages?
mediums, yeah.
You know what movie did
Yeah.
it great?
Which one?
Twilight.
Oh
I
gosh.
can't
It was
speak for
all
it.
from Bella's perspective, the entire movie. And
Sure.
it was awesome.
I haven't. You know what? In all honesty, I haven't seen any of them, so I have nowhere to speak.
saw the first
It could be
Twilight.
really
I
good.
saw the first two, I think.
I'll tell you what. I mean, there's a lot of hype around
Yeah.
it.
Hey,
Like,
you liked it.
and that's what's
You enjoyed
crazy is
it.
like I saw the movie and I was like, okay, it's like fine. Like
Uh-huh.
it's like a good,
Think of-
popcorn
think of
movie.
you in eighth grade,
Yeah, and
you
kinda,
know?
like
Yeah.
dark and like
That's what I mean. Like,
broody. I don't
was
know.
it
Yeah.
worth it? No.
Yes.
Like, I don't know.
I feel like it was like
Whatever,
the
I'm
first
not the
big
target
like
audience, though,
rom-com
apparently.
vampire movie towards teens.
Weirdly, I wanted to watch
The
the
only.
series a couple weeks ago because I feel like I haven't like when it came out I was never interested in it, and I'd be interested to watch like all three like
Yeah.
consecutive. There's three, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
How many?
There's-
Are there?
There's technically 5, but the last 2
Whoa.
are in parts, like part 1, part 2, like Harry Potter.
There's 5
What?
movies.
I didn't know that.
I'm actually thinking.
It goes-
I'm actually taking that
It goes
back.
Twilight,
never mind.
I thought it was a quick
Twilight,
3,
Twilight,
5.
New Moon,
That's a big
Eclipse,
And
and then
Breaking Dawn.
Breaking Dawn part 1 and part 2.
No, that's
How are you like millennial embodied, Cara? Like everything you like, I feel like is so.
I feel like she's more millennial than I am.
she feels like a profile.
not a millennial.
You know what I'm saying?
You Gen
oh.
Z.
you're a Gen Zer.
Oh my god.
Oh, no wonder you don't understand us.
You're
Oh.
a resident Z.
Oh my gosh, I'm
You know what I'm
outnumbered.
saying? Like when if you were to write down all the things you like, I would think it's just like a very
You're
stereotypical
not.
profile. It's not a bad thing, but you definitely have
think-
like your niche
I
interest.
feel like I have an interest, or I have an answer to that.
Go ahead.
Oh god.
I think it's because
Scared.
of when
like,
I
"I
was
hate you."
in like kindergarten to 8th grade with the same people in like a 35 person class that was
Yeah.
mostly girls. We would all like, if we had a book report, we'd all literally
It was,
read
like,
the same thing. We'd
Concentrated,
all,
right?
Oh,
You guys
yeah.
were all like talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
What was hot in the news? Huh?
Oh yeah.
What were those bracelets? Ben.
Silly bands.
Silly bands.
Silly bands.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was more
Everybody
you.
was doing. Nice try.
No,
Cara.
we were doing the
I love silly
plastic,
bands.
the
I
plastic
belong to a
ones.
different decade.
You know,
I
the
do not
plastic
belong to
live in
this
my
bracelets
generation.
that you'd
ones?
make. You'd buy like the hard plastic and you'd do like square knots, and it was like the
Really?
thick square.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You made like little like keychains
Yeah.
mostly.
And then it was also the
tchotchkes.
the duct tape roses
yeah.
on top of the
Those are the
pens.
best.
Oh my gosh.
Did you
Gotta
guys
love
have
Duct tape
them.
that?
wallets? Do you remember duct tape wallets?
Yes.
I have one still.
Do you use
It's
it?
in my room. No, my friend, it was big in junior high or whatever.
Yeah.
And my friend for my birthday, she was so nice. She made one and she
God love her.
cut out all these images of things that I liked on the outside. And then on the inside, she typed like all my friends' names and phone numbers and like put a little like
That's so
directory
legit.
in there.
Before
my
phones.
gosh.
So great.
That
That
was
girl's
way
name?
before phones.
Jordan Rose.
No, it wasn't her.
And
But
then you married her.
that'd be cool. But no, yeah, I still have it.
Okay, so
be cool.
that made me think of when we were talking about like books versus like how it looks in a movie, how it's like so different,
Sure.
the medium. It made me think about, because now I'm going to school for screenwriting. Secrets out.
Wow.
I like, it's so different from short stories because short stories you can literally just write everything that's going on. Like, this is what it looks like, this is what it sounds like, this people are saying this. But when you're like writing a script, it's so different in the way that you have to write actions, and like the actions have to like also speak for themselves.
Yep.
So like it's more visual than
Yeah.
like writing a book.
Like literal stuff.
Literal, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you have to show their emotion by what they're doing instead of saying how they feel. Like you have to show what they're doing. So it's like, it's
Because you're writing for the actor too.
right, like their motivation and their direction.
And I think what we love about good movies is most of the time when they say less and show more.
yes,
You know, like
yeah.
like in the movie that's on the like always like on the nose, like saying everything. It's like, oh my god, this is
Yeah,
so
no,
bad.
totally,
you know?
totally.
Like they just literally told us what happened, you know. But like
Yeah.
that's the art form of it, right? It's like kind of sculpting the whole picture and knowing when to drop hints and make
Right.
a full picture. You know, it's cool.
Yeah, like all the professors.
Mapping out that like subtlety, but like also, yeah, like you said, like, okay, this is where we foreshadow something like later on, like having
Yeah.
a whole view
Yeah.
of the picture, you know?
Yeah, it's
And
like
you
a
do
That's
that
gotta
in
be
books.
tough.
Yeah.
You do that in books too, but I feel like you can kind of like you can kind of curtail a lot of it with words.
Yes.
You know, there's not
I-
things you can write when you're like, okay,
The
I want you to
subtext.
look like
Be
your
like-
dad died, but
Be
also
like, Katniss
Yeah.
was sad, and she thought when she looked at PETA, she thought, you know, oh, will I ever see Gale again? Like
Right.
literally
Yeah.
telling
Literally
you how
saying
the
what they're
characters
saying.
feel.
Really?
When you
Yeah.
have to then
we love 'em
translate that to
both,
the screen.
But,
Yeah.
you know,
Did you
Professors-
guys? Oh,
Sorry,
sorry,
go ahead.
sorry.
I was just gonna say, professors.
over here.
I'm gonna cut it now.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Professors always say like show don't tell.
Yeah.
It's like every single class is always like show don't tell, because it's so much easier to just like say in one person's like set of dialogue, like this is how I'm feeling, this is where like all exposition,
Yeah.
you know, but you have to like show it subtly. It's so hard.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever read Harry Potter and the Cursed Child?
The squeakquel, right?
No.
Yeah.
It was the London play.
Well, that's what I mean. It's the sequel to Harry Potter, right?
Yeah, so they
Yeah.
came
That's
out
pretty
with the whole script, but it was
Okay.
a book, and I read the whole thing. It was, I have to say that like script writing way is so much easier to read because it goes so fast reading it like a script.
It's confidence
But
boosting.
I thought that book was a really good medium between like film writing or like
Was this
stage
so
writing
there was
and
stage
movie.
direction in it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Was
cool.
it like backstory or is it just like what she's saying, like stage direction? And
It was both.
Huh?
Whoa,
It was really
interesting.
good.
That's cool.
Because I think they were also trying to cater to people who haven't even seen Harry Potter. So they
Sure.
started it off because it's like Harry, like Hermione, like all of them,
Them
are
all
old,
as
and it's
adults
all
and their kids are like
yeah.
running around.
It's good.
What do you think about JK Rowling
Rowling.
adding
Rowling,
stuff? Rowling.
I don't know how to say.
What do you
her last
think
name.
about her adding stuff to her books afterwards? Have you seen
adjusting
that?
Them?
She
She's
like
changing them?
on she'll jump on Twitter and be like, actually, the whole time Dumbledore was gay, and then she's like, actually, the whole time Hermione was black. Didn't you know? Like, Have you seen that where she like adds in stuff
I've
about
heard
her
about
books?
it. Yeah, she's kind of a loose cannon. Her.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't put a lot of stock in it, especially when you're like, it's one thing to. I think the best thing an author can do is add a layer of mystery behind them.
Sure.
You know? Like they put it all out there in their books, and I always love when an author's like say less and like
Leaves it kind of ambiguous.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, we talked about too this with art, like with Childish Gambino and even like Lil Nas X, right? Like they put stuff out and they like kind of let their audience interpret it. So that's what the hard part about with her her tweets is like, sure. I mean, it's cool, but like you're also kind of ruining. I think you're
Yeah.
ruining the magic behind it by doing that.
Well, and two, like, did she really intend to write those characters,
Right.
or is it like convenient now
For
to be
something
like
to be like that specific too, like why didn't you just include it the first time?
oh, you
right,
think she's
so,
trying
like,
to be like she's trying to be
woke.
like
Modern.
Like, yeah.
oh, did you really write that
Like
character
trying to
that way,
adapt?
or are you like
Yeah.
like I wrote this character like Mudblood is like supposed to be like racist Al Gore.
Which-
And it's like it already was, but
Yeah.
it's like okay, now you're saying Hermione was black the whole time, like
Was that your true
Okay,
intention? Like, didn't
exactly.
she have a part in the movie too?
right, exactly.
So why wouldn't she just
That's why it's so
cast
funny.
Hermione as a
Which
black
And
actress?
she'll
she's
jump on
been-
Twitter, yeah.
She's
and-
also been like under fire for like being transphobic and like all these
Yeah, she's
different
pretty
things.
rough.
So maybe it's her trying to like correct herself, but it's like you.
It's a PR
Yeah,
manager
overcorrect.
going, listen,
yeah.
Right.
Yep.
JK, what's your
It's like
name?
JK.
Rolling, Rowling.
Jennifer.
Rowling,
What's her name though?
It's
know.
J, I
Let me
think.
look up. Let me look up.
Just kidding.
Miss Rowling.
No, like what's her author name?
JK
JK
Rowling.
Rowling.
Joanne Rowling.
JK Rowling?
Yeah.
Rowling? Okay.
Wait, what?
It's some PR manager going, listen, JK.
Joanne.
You need to be a little more JK about the stuff you're doing.
And not so rolling. You know what I mean?
I wonder.
To keep us rolling.
I wonder what's stopping her from like. I wonder what's stopping her from writing like inclusive stories now. If
Of
she's
course.
like, if that's where her
and
heart
you
is
know
at.
she's sitting on a big
You know,
pile
like-
of money right now and going
Yeah.
like, okay, well,
Do I
I don't
need
have
to
to
write
do
more?
anything. Harry Potter was actually, like an immigrant, like,
Maybe like,
like
trying to make
fit
it
in,
a
like
different.
whatever's topical
Yeah.
right now, like, I don't
It's
know.
just I mean, you're so talented. Like those books
Just
are
write
so good.
something.
Why don't you write something?
Because you're a
new?
hack, that's why, JK.
Wow.
JK's tweeting.
Whatever.
Well, the podcast is so what the
Oh,
whack.
dude, is she gonna tweet about this show?
I'm gonna say
Even know my
no.
real name.
Shit, anyway.
Well, do you guys know what book is pretty cool right now?
Go ahead.
This
Percy
one right
Jackson.
here.
Oh gosh, don't remind me.
This is it. This is the Enneagram
Listen,
episode.
we've
So-
been promising this for
For
literally
weeks.
weeks.
And we're literally only going to talk about it for not even that long because it's a lot of your own research of this kind of stuff.
Wait, that sounds like a song.
Enneagrams, what does it mean? What does it mean?
Wait, that sounds like an Alicia Keys song. No one.
Nope.
No.
The butterfly
Is that by
one.
Alicia Keys?
The butterfly one.
Okay.
All right, tell us, Cara. So you're gonna give us
Okay.
a rundown of all the Enneagram numbers.
me the
Hey
way.
Yeah, just like a really quick one. If you didn't know,
guys, we're kind of doing a show over here.
Is that what's happening?
You're still
over here?
doing
Is that what
that?
this is?
I thought this was band breakfast.
What the
All
meta?
right,
wow.
here we go.
So
I'm being savage.
It is
today.
by Alicia Keys. Thank you.
What? That song?
No
Yeah,
one.
that song is. That's not what I played.
Yeah, no, that's what you're playing.
Okay,
right.
Cara, tell me about the Enneagram. Number me.
All right, so
tell
the
me what I am.
specific
Brand me. Tell me
the
what I do.
specific book is by Sarah Jane Case, and she made Enneagram and Coffee. It's a podcast and
Are you
Instagram.
dressing the camera?
page.
Wow, look at that.
I don't know if
Find
she's
your
ever looked
light.
at that camera.
that camera's like, whoa, hold on.
Camera shot.
Go ahead, Cara.
This is know your type, own your challenges, and embrace your growth.
All right.
So she honors your strength. She uses the honest method. Honor your strengths,
Same.
open your eyes to blind spots, note your support plan, explore your relationships, soften your path, turn
gonna
that
be
into
deep for
something
us.
beautiful. So if you don't know what the Enneagram is, it's really kind of like a personality test. But if you've ever taken a personality test, it can be kind of off. It's not perfect. So the Enneagram kind of chooses. It's pretty perfect. It
literally
chooses
perfect.
a number
Literally.
for you, but then there's also wings,
Okay.
and they're kind of just like side
Sorry.
characters in your life. And it's like, oh, if I'm a number 1,
No.
I'll be a 9 or a 2 that I like pull from those numbers.
Okay.
So
Because not everyone's the same. You
Yeah.
can't categorize everybody. So
no, and you change all the time, so you
there's
can
more
always
categories.
Yeah.
Grow.
Yeah.
Part of
So
it's growing. So.
there's 9 points
Embrace your
in an
growth.
Enneagram,
Embrace your growth.
and you always have like 2 side characters.
Okay.
Hope.
So
Jekyll and
in
Hyde.
my little cheat sheet
And
that I
Hyde
made.
and
I'm the JK Rowling of this group right
Yeah,
now.
you're
I'm a
really.
hack.
Yeah. Well, tell me something I don't know.
So we talked about this a little bit off the podcast of like what types that we think we are. So after I say all of these, we can say like just what type we
No,
think
I
we
want
are.
you to guess what type.
I'm
we
going to
are.
call them out. Just
Oh.
read them all, and I will call out who I think is
Wait,
that one.
I
Okay.
just want to say your writing on that page is beautiful, Cara.
Immaculate.
Can we get a shot of that?
I can't
No.
zoom in on
Zoom.
that. Oh wait. I can do this though.
Don't try to
No,
mess up
I'll
the
zoom
show.
in. I'll zoom it in.
No, I can go to
We're on the
Ryan's.
camera.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know how I
Maybe.
feel about that.
It's
going
beautiful.
back.
It's
It's
really beautiful
never going
writing.
to autofocus on you ever again.
I'll be.
You'll be out of focus for the rest of the show.
Wait, Cara, on this one too?
Tell me something I don't know.
You can't really see it. You can kind of see it.
We'll just
Whatever.
put a picture in there.
It's beautiful.
It's fine.
You should have asked me about this.
It's fine.
I should have spoken sooner. Here we
Okay,
are.
so
You just like
Go
watching
ahead.
it
All
all
right,
happen.
let's do
Let's
this.
start with
let's
type
be
one.
serious, okay?
Yeah.
Let's do
Yeah,
this.
let's pull it together, okay?
Sorry, wait. Let me intro
This
this
is a comedy
section.
show.
And now, welcome to the mystery of the Enneagram.
Wow.
Ryan, all of your songs sound the same.
Oh, cool.
Okay, back.
Tell that
All
to the
sound like No
tell
One
that
by
to the
Alicia
opener.
Keys.
Wow.
I don't know what she's getting that from. Go ahead, Cara.
All right, type 1, and these are just the titles.
All right.
Type 1, moralist, reformer, perfectionist, champion of good. Some
Okay.
little quotes for type 1.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Why did you load the dishwasher like that? Organizes for fun, justice, lives with a strong moral compass,
Quirky.
routines or life.
Cara.
That's a number 1.
That's a Cara.
Feels like a carrot too, but I don't know. It feels a little too early to tell.
just gonna throw that out there.
Okay, well, we'll get to that later because
I was thinking
you're
Olivia.
part right.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
All right, type
Routines
2.
or life?
Nope.
This is for
Okay,
type number
you're
2.
right. Now I'm changing it.
Do you even
Okay.
know me, John?
2 a 2.
2 of 2. A giver, lover, helper, hidden warrior.
That's me.
Here is some of the quotes for type 2.
Go ahead.
Let me do that for you. Helps people move. Yes. Store manager. All I need is thank you.
That's me.
Oh.
I
Classic
feel
me.
like that could be
Here,
a little
let
bit
me-
of John.
Let me do the switching while you do this segment. Yeah, but
Wow.
Are you sure you can
I don't
do
like
that,
this.
John?
I don't like this.
you guys watch out. All right?
Everyone stick to
You
your
got me the
jobs.
whole time.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Kara's taking a
None of
lot of
Ryan's-
liberties this episode.
None of Ryan's visual jokes will be shown.
I
Go
love
ahead,
your
Kara.
visual jokes.
Number 3.
Type 2. I feel like type 2 could be John. All right.
All he
Type
needs
number
is thank you.
3 is achiever, motivator, performer, empowering motivator. So, quotes.
Okay.
I've got this. Great at first impressions. Trendy AF. Sales numbers. Teacher's pet. Podcasts on your commute.
Okay, that's John.
John.
Wait. Whoa.
Podcast on
Hold
the commute. That's also me.
I
Yeah.
know, we're going to have to do a
That's
recap.
Me?
Magical ability to read the room. Goes
That's
hard,
number
then crashes. That's definitely you.
Okay, that's me.
Yep. Okay, number 4.
Goes hard, then crashes. Ryan.
Every
Number
Tuesday night.
4 is artist, romantic, individualist, meaning maker. A meaning maker. It's the most important thing for me to always be true to who I am. No one gets me. Sad movies, black sheep, classical music.
Sounds like
Emo.
my ex.
Beautiful.
Emo.
Whoa.
It's pretty emo.
Hey, John's ex, if you're watching this, leave a comment below. We'll send you a
you think
WTP
it's you.
sticker. If you think it's you.
If you get it right, we'll send you merch.
Yeah.
Wow.
All
right.
Number 5.
Type 5. Thinker, observer, investigator, sound counsel. I know that I will be okay as long as I have something that I've truly mastered. Did you know that? ... Niche interests, spoiler alerts, minimalism, believes in aliens, people watching, has inside jokes with themselves.
Okay, that's a little bit of me,
That's
too.
all
I'm going to pepper that in.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just the believes in aliens
kinda
part.
just
Believes in
sealed the
aliens.
deal.
We will be circling back to that.
I'll think about that and get back to you. That's one of the ones in here.
I literally just said that.
Oh my gosh, you're so predictable.
Pepper that
All right.
in.
Typical 5.
Type number 6. Loyalist, skeptic, guardian, trusted, integrator. I didn't even know that was a word.
One more time, sorry.
Are
Loyalist,
you
Yeah.
you're saying you're number
Skeptic.
No, no,
6?
no. I was being a guardian.
Okay.
guardian,
So you're saying you're number 6.
No.
I would
never say I'm
number 6.
integrator? Yeah, integrator, not
Integrator.
integrator.
Integrator. Inclusive.
I know that I will be okay as long as I know what is expected of me and make a point to follow through with those expectations. This one is
That's not
themed
hard.
parties, rom-coms, loyal AF, devil's advocate, I'm not sure about them, group activities, seeks the truth in all scenarios, BFFL.
That's kind of
I
Cara.
feel
What
like
number is
that's-
that?
That's kind of
That
Cara
one's
too.
6. I feel
Because
like
it's
that's
like
Olivia.
that's like mom energy, not like our mom, but like a mother.
A mother figure.
I mean, yeah,
Mom
our
in the friend group.
Shares clothes with
Yeah.
friends, follows through with their commitments. I don't want to be the boss, but I'd really like to hire the boss.
Oh, really?
I kind of like that.
No, I want to be the boss.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's not you.
All right.
I don't know.
Two
I'm the
type
boss.
7.
Boss baby.
Okay, type 7. This
I
is
am
real,
boss
man.
baby.
Type 7, enthusiast, multitasker, wonderkind, illuminator of possibility. I know that I will be okay as long as I get my needs met. This one is.
I don't like the way that sounds, though. You know what I'm saying? Like the last part.
Then
I know
that's
I'll
not
be
you.
Okay
No,
if
then
my
that's
needs are
definitely you.
No, I don't
That's
know
the
if it's
thing.
John.
No,
I don't
if
know
you
if it's
feel
John.
if you feel like unhinged about being numbered, it's you. That
No,
you're
I
a
was
7.
I was feeling 6 energy from John.
He's a 7 wing 6, I think.
So
I'm a
Weed.
6.
this one,
I'm a 7
it
ween
says,
Ween.
I'm really
I'm a
into
ween.
blank, blank, blank right now. Alone in public, buys plane ticket, figures the rest out. You already did that.
Okay.
FOMO,
Feel kind of red
lots
on
of
that one.
small plates, tells jokes when comforting someone, loves everyone, needs no one.
What does that mean? Lots of small plates.
Like when you go to a
If
buffet,
you don't get it, it's not you.
it's a lot of
Okay.
small plates.
Oh, wow.
I guess that's true.
All right. Type 8.
I guess that's true.
I guess that's 12.
I don't know.
Type
I'm a
number
big-
8 is leader, challenger, protector, defender of justice. I know that I will be okay as long as I remain strong and powerful. Provides for people they love. You can't get mad at the truth. Work is life. Honesty. All-nighters. They're wrong. No, we need to talk about this. Get out of the way. I've got this. Yeah, that's pretty
I
Olivia.
wing.
That's over.
Yeah.
That's you all over.
This is I give 0 F's what you think of me. That's in here.
Yeah, that's not entirely Olivia, but
That's why I'm saying.
you
It
think
also
you
says
think you're a
work is
7 wing
life.
8?
Work is life. That's a big one.
I don't know about
All right, and then type number 9 is the last one. Healer, peacemaker, comforter, and secret guru. I know that I will be okay as long as those around me are okay. Ways to speak until they have something to say. Cozy af, naps, favorite blanket, quietly stubborn. Loves being home. That sounds stressful. Headphones, the woods. Secretly meets people's needs and never gets credit. I feel like all the types.
that. Yeah, that's a Cara.
Yeah, I'm a
not
hard
that you feel like
9.
all the
Yeah,
types, though.
no, she's a 9 for sure.
Waits to speak until they have something to say.
Okay, so here's my problem with the Enneagram.
Go off.
And that's all of them.
Thank you,
That's all of
Cara,
them.
for reading those.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Kara.
My
Pop it up.
problem
Thank
Pop
you.
it
is
up.
I think things like this turn into like
An
a horoscope.
excuse. Oh.
Like
Okay.
yeah, well, and an excuse too. Like I guess the intent, the way Grace and Matt described it to me, is
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, because there's like healthy rhythms, like what your number is, and like unhealthy numbers. So like if you're this number, but you're in an unhealthy state, you turn to this number.
You're
so
like, that's your wing.
your goods and bads, whatever. So like to know thyself, I get it.
Yeah.
But it's also like, I feel like we the collectively, not us, but like we love to be like, oh, well, that's just the 7 in me coming out.
Yeah.
Like, oh, like classic 4 move. Like,
Looking for something to justify what's
Yes.
going on in our life.
Yeah, you
Where
bring
I
that.
feel like
And
some
I think-
people do that.
and that's fine.
that
but I
goes
think
beyond the Enneagram.
it goes beyond the Enneagram. Yeah, I guess. But
Because
like,
I've met people that are like, I'm just telling you.
I'm a
like,
Virgo, like Mercury's in retrograde. Like,
I literally hate that
Yeah.
so much.
Which-
so maybe I am on board.
I think this is
teach his
different.
own, of course.
I
Like,
think
if
it's
that's how you
different,
live
too.
your life, I think that's fine.
I think it's not so much that because it's like it's more your strengths and weaknesses.
I think
So
it's
like
being more self-aware, yeah.
I think anyone is capable of being any of those things.
I think
right?
being self-aware
No, but
is
there's
it's a
certain
razor's
patterns.
edge of
Yeah.
being self-aware
And, like-
and relying on that. This is just who I am, and I'm not going to change.
Oh, and
Well,
which
this doesn't predict anything really.
which these
It kind of does,
like
like
all
how
of
you're
the
going to act in a
authors-
situation.
all the authors
then
of this
you're-
book are
sorry.
like, do not like, you are not stuck in any one of
Yeah.
these things. You can have things from every single one, but it's the time of your life.
And it's not the authors that worry me; it's the people who are reading it.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like I get the intention of the author, and I think they have every intention to be like, this is supposed to help
Mm-hmm.
you. But I mean, like, I think
It's a
there are people
tool,
that
for
read
sure.
this and that are like you said, they're like, like I don't know how many times I've met people that are just like, oh, just so you know, if I don't eat right now, like I'm gonna be so angry. You know, it's like,
But that's also just a person.
It's
being
also
a bad
kind of
person.
Ryan,
Like,
so.
yeah,
like that's just them making their own excuses for themselves. Like I think there's still like good patterns in this too that you can recognize, like where you're doing well, like where you're successful.
true, you're right.
And
yeah.
also
We're
how to
looking at the
best
negative.
apply yourself. Like
Yeah, you have
Negative
to look
sign,
at this.
positive
You have
sign.
to look at this in a positive and like kind of healthy way. Where
Yeah.
if you're looking at it in an unhealthy way, and it's like, what am I right now? What I'm feeling
That's
like this.
what I mean. Is like
I don't think-
I don't know.
I
I
mean-
guess I'm naturally inclined to do it because like it's like the numbers. Like, oh, I'm an 8. Like so
It's
now
just-
and then people go, oh, what are you? Like I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of burned by it because this is like such a thing in
the church.
in like ministry.
Yes.
Is like, oh, what number are you? Oh my gosh, like I
What
had to
color
take
are
like
you?
a full like. And I'm sure you had to do this at, when you worked in ministry too.
Yeah.
Like,
I've done
you
it
had
many
to
times.
take one of these and it's like, oh, okay, now we can see how we can work with you like as a part of the team. And it's
I
like,
know.
what?
Which
Are
I
you worried
like.
about being manipulated?
No, I'm worried
No.
about assumptions. Like people assuming, like,
Oh, that you're
he's a
incapable.
7. He dressed
Like,
it as a 7, so he's gonna like,
he's
gonna
the
go on a
showy
road
guy.
trip. Yeah.
He's not capable of doing like,
He's gonna like go to Colorado one day.
yeah. He's not capable of doing like menial tasks. Like,
Yeah.
okay, we have to,
I don't
we're going
think
to
it's
save
that
that for these.
deep.
I think
no,
it's,
it's not.
I think
but
it's a self-reflection tool, but
Yes.
people are using it as like a person, like a how do I categorize this person that I'm hiring?
Yeah.
Like what he's saying in the ministry sense, like the moment I got hired, I was like, it was like a requirement for me
Yeah.
to take this test. And then my boss looked over the answers and we like had a conversation about it. And I was like,
Yeah, that's
but
getting
what the
too deep
test
with it.
like
is
this
it?
test
I mean,
makes me think.
that's
Yeah.
what is it meant for then?
I think
like
it's more
just
for
self-reflection?
yourself. I don't think it's for other people.
Yeah.
So-
Like, unless you're in a relationship with that person or doing life with that person, like I think that's the intention of ministry is to like, oh yeah, we want to get to know our workers better. But I think it becomes dangerous when they're literally basing
Yeah.
your job description
No,
off
I'm
of
saying
it.
I
Yeah.
disagree with it, but I'm saying that's how the tool is being used.
Yeah.
So is it doing more good than bad?
Right.
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
I mean, I think it's also dependent on the user. Like,
Yeah.
how are you using?
So I
Thank you.
I like the personality ones, not when
Eric
it's
Clapton.
Thank you.
related, I guess, to work and like with
Yeah.
like it kind of empowers like what you're actually like working
Yeah.
for. I like it where, for example, when I was an RA,
Mm-hmm.
we did it during our training, but we did the one that was like
Strength finders.
No, it was the like, what is your
What's going on here?
base
Sorry about that.
spaceship?
We got a little,
What's the one when it's like, oh, your love language?
God, it's so
Oh,
We like
yeah,
we
yeah.
did the
Love
love
languages.
language ones, and then
know thyself.
when you finished and it was like, oh, my love language is gifts, you'd get in a group with like all the gift people.
Yep, I did
But
that.
then you'd like switch and get in groups with other people and see like how you can just like relate to each other. But then after that, you pretty much just drop it. And it's really
Yeah.
just like to train to just get to know each other
Get to
before you
know
start
people.
working with a stranger.
I get it, and I get the intent. I just, I feel like
You just don't like it.
I've just been like around people that make it their kind of
Life.
So
Identity.
what,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
do we think that we are?
Oh,
I think, based on all the stuff I've read, I think I'm a 7-wing 8.
Let's identify yourself, and then we'll go around and have.
if you think it's accurate.
and I'll
Yes.
say the thing one more time too.
Okay.
go ahead.
Like just the title.
yeah, just title. Go ahead.
So what do you think you are?
A 7-wing 8.
So you are a 7, enthusiast, multitasker, wonderkind, illuminator of possibility, and you wing 7.
you should wings 8.
Oh no, wing 8. So that goes up 1. You, at some points in your time in life, you're a leader, challenger, protector, defender of justice. Probably when you're like in a really healthy spot in your life.
I think you're way more 8 than you are 7.
You think you're an 8-wing 7, maybe?
I think you're an 8 wing 7.
I think I'm too chaotic to be a solid 8. Because I think 8s are more driven. I think
I think you're driven.
No, I think there's chaos in the 8 because it's like you can't. What was the statement you said? Like you can't change the truth or something. Like you can't argue the truth. Like
In-
I feel
in
like
an
that's so
8?
you. Yeah. What was the that
Well,
one?
an
I just feel
eight's,
like-
an
Yeah,
eight's
that's true,
basic
you're right.
desire is it's important to me that I'm able to determine my own path in life. That's their basic desire. And their fear is
'Cause I'm not
being
always
harmed
under
or controlled
control.
by others.
What's the basic desire of a 7?
Of a 7,
Live, laugh, love.
It just says
Good
live,
vibes
laugh,
only.
love.
basic
first
desire.
coffee.
The basic desires say good vibes only. Really? That's what the book says.
That's what it says.
Okay, all
Okay.
right.
You wrote
It's
that up.
important to me that I remain happy, satisfied, and fulfilled. And the fear is I'm most afraid of being deprived and trapped in negative emotions.
See, and even something like this, like, I don't know if either of those are your, like, biggest, well, I won't speak for you, but,
Yeah.
like, to be like, yeah, this is your biggest, desire in life. And, like, this is your biggest fear in life. It's like,
I mean,
Well,
I would
it's not
agree.
I don't
biggest,
know.
it's basic.
I would agree with
Basic
that.
fear.
wow.
Because I feel like this might get really deep for no reason, but I kind
Go
of feel
ahead.
like I do fear pain and I avoid it. And I also avoid confrontation sometimes, but then at the same time, I wing 8 and confront things.
That's
you know?
a little bit of 9 too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like in every sense, I feel like I'm more spontaneous
Uh-huh.
and more, like chaotic, I guess.
And you're
or
saying more
high
you're more
energy
I get
seven.
what you mean. Yeah.
than an 8.
I'll shut up. I don't know anybody.
No, that's not true. Don't
Sorry,
be that
my
way.
8's coming out.
Sorry, classic 8 move.
That's like a move. All right, Cara, what do you think you are?
Kara's a 9.
I definitely know that I'm a 9.
You're a 9, wing 1, I think.
Not a wing 8.
No.
So a 9.
I was thinking 1 for you. That
A 9
makes more
is
sense.
healer, peacemaker, comforter, seeker, guru. Type 1, moralist, reformer, perfectionist, champion of good. Yeah,
You're definitely not
9, 1, 1.
confrontational.
I'm definitely not type 8 because I don't find myself as a leader or a challenger.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
You're a peacemaker.
With love, Kara.
Peace.
Well, anybody disagree with that?
No.
No,
wing
I
one,
don't
all
think so.
Indistinguishable.
Ryan's a
As long as we
hard
get
one
that-
for me to
As long as we
play.
get that wing one. All right, Ryan.
I feel
Yeah,
like
Ryan's hard.
I swing hard. Like,
Yeah.
maybe that's like in good times and bad, but like,
Wait,
I
can I see
didn't,
that
I don't know if
card again?
well, and that's literally a quote from one of them. I don't know if I relate to any of the numbers, but
That's a 9.
that's a
but
7.
I'm definitely not a
right?
9.
a 9. No, a 9
Oh.
relates to all the numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I do.
Was it a 5?
I think it's more I don't relate to any
But
of
it was
them.
that
I'm
one?
like, I'll pick like
Let me
a
see.
phrase from each of them and be like, oh yeah, that's me. Oh, okay, that's not me. Like,
I think you're a 7 wing
Which
6.
one's the skeptic?
which one's the 6?
Skeptic is 5, I think.
What was? Can you read the 6
Oh, no,
again?
6 is skeptic. I
6.
think you're a 6.
Yeah.
I think you're a 7 wing 6.
Interesting.
I think you're a 6 wing 7.
So the 6 quotes again.
Yeah, give me the 6.
Where do you think I should? Seeks all truth in scenarios, worst case scenarios, themed parties, rom-coms, no new friends, devil's advocate.
You do play.
No
I
new
do play
friends.
devil's
Would you say
advocate.
no
Quite
new
a bit.
I know.
friends?
I haven't had a new friend in a while.
Second guess is the teacher.
Oh.
That's true.
Fox News or NPR.
Oh, no.
No.
NPR?
You can't
No.
base it off of that.
See-
Come
Yeah, it's kinda
on.
random.
Come on.
Your your bad
Because-
flirting techniques. Number 6 is how do I know that you mean what you're saying though? Yeah, that's not you.
No.
Yeah, that's
I
definitely.
don't know. Yeah.
I think you're a 7 wing 6.
I
think
could
you have-
see that.
Attributes of the 6, but you at your core you're a 7.
I see, because I vibed with the 3. I thought I was a
Yeah.
3. Like,
Achiever, motivator, performer, empowering motivator. I could see that.
I don't know.
But you wing 4, the artist, romantic, individualist,
Sometimes.
meaning maker.
Like, sometimes.
No, I think you're a 3 wing 2. A wing 2 is a helper. Like you love to help people.
Like, I'm a skeptical helper,
Yeah.
I'm a positive romantic.
I
like,
would say that.
Like,
Okay.
That's
I'm
just me.
a 2, 3, 4,
That's
5, 6,
me.
7.
I'm a 5. I'm a 4. I'm a 3.
I'm a 3. We're all just 4s. John?
What do you think you
Okay,
are?
so previous to going into this,
Yeah.
I thought I was a 7. I'd never
Okay.
thought about wings, but now I'm thinking I'm more a 6 wing 7.
I could see that for
Because
you.
I think I resonate with 6 more when you read that. As much as I hate it, I did resonate with
loyalist?
it.
Yeah.
And I think I'd like to be a 7, but I'm not. Like
Yeah.
the adventure side
Everybody
of a
wants
7.
to be, apparently. It's like
The
that
adventure-
fun one.
Obviously, I
The
do.
adventure side of a 7 is like what I want to be, but that's just reality. Like not really what I am. Like
Yeah.
I think I'm really like a 6 wing. I'm trying to get kind of do that 7 side
So
stuff.
6
So maybe you have
is
7 moments. Like
basic desire. It's important to me that I feel secure and supported. And then basic fear. I'm fearful of being left out on my own, that I will be without support and guidance and won't be able to survive without it.
See, I feel that. I wish I was a 4 more. That, like, hopeless romantic. Like, but I am not,
Yeah.
a 4 is kind of self-centered, though. No
Yeah.
offense to the 4s out there.
But, like, I guess artistically, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I wish I could.
think all of them
like,
have
brooding.
I think.
Yeah.
I think all these numbers and the right light feels like self-centered a little
Yeah.
bit.
The
Yeah.
four, the four totally is though, because it's like
The
it's
individual.
like
the-
dark
cries while
candles.
telling a story.
Hate to
No
be a
one
four.
gets me.
Yeah, but that's not the part I vibe
Grocery
with, you
store
know?
habits. So
only
the-
buys pears.
Okay,
what
go
I
ahead.
love
What
about
force?
what I love about this book
Only,
is
like,
that she
candied
posts
oranges.
it on her Instagram too.
Go ahead.
But there's lists like
Always buys Altoids.
Okay, hey, again, we're doing a show over here on this side of the room.
Oh, you guys still do that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Oh my gosh, I
Awkward.
haven't heard a podcast in so long.
Cara, go ahead,
listen to
please.
this
Oh my god.
we need like a divider.
JK Rowling. go
Yeah,
ahead
you
over
do.
here.
Wow.
You do need a divider.
So she does these lists that are by Enneagram numbers. So this is grocery store habits.
Okay.
If you're a 1, you always put the cart back in the right place. Number 2, you need anything from the store. 3, listens to
Aw,
podcasts
helper.
while shopping. Number 4, which is the like self-centered one,
Okay.
shops at Whole Foods. 5, knows which store has the right things and only shops there. 6, double checks the weight of prepackaged produce. 7, buys himself a treat. 8, in and out. 9, constantly buys the same trusty items. And she has throughout this whole book like different lists, like the bad flirting techniques.
Like I do all of those things.
Yeah.
Like the
I buy
tattoo
myself a
thing.
treat
Those are
after
more-
going to the same store.
Those
Like-
are more interpretations.
Yeah, I
like
guess.
it's just kind of capturing the essence of you.
Yeah.
I think we all fall.
It's got to
on
be a
weird
sliding
ends of the
scale,
spectrum.
right?
Yeah.
You know, like
I
think
feel
about it. Like she's a 9-wing 1. What were you?
Well,
A 7-wing 8,
Drew's
or I
still
think
up.
you're an 8-wing 7. But
8-wing 7.
Fine.
I'm a 6-wing 7. You're a 3-wing 4.
3-wing.
7-wing 6 / a 3-wing 2
We're all
Slash
over
a
the
4.
spectrum.
/ a
Which
4
I
or
think
5.
in this book it
5,
really
4, 3.
helps
cares?
because there's
I'm a 5.
literally like 10 pages per type of like getting honest with yourself, honor your strengths, and then open your eyes. They use the honest method, like the thing that's on the back of the
Yeah.
book that
Yeah,
I said
gotcha.
earlier.
Right.
And it's just like it gives you tips and tricks of like if you want to try and like become more of like a different number or just add a little bit more of it into your life.
You get
I
this book
don't.
on Amazon? Where'd you get this book?
I got this at Barnes and Noble.
Okay.
But you can always just listen to, if you're more of a podcaster
Is this
or
an
like
ad read?
listening.
Yeah,
Did we
it
get
is. No,
a
it is.
sponsorship?
But you can go on Instagram and she posts things like every day or just listen to her podcast.
do you guys have
what's
like
a
a?
podcast?
I don't know.
It's a new medium.
Do you guys have like a movie character that you feel like really resonated with who you are? Sometimes those show more depth. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well,
Wow.
who I was literally or like who I wanted to be.
It could be.
I always
either.
wanted to be Indiana Jones.
Really? That's so opposite of me.
What do you want to be?
I always
A Nazi.
Oh,
The opposite of Indiana Jones.
No, listen
my
to my
gosh.
opposite, okay?
Okay.
And then you'll
John.
understand. Oh my
Sure.
gosh.
John.
Don't paint me as a
Okay.
Nazi right now, okay?
Classic me.
I've always liked it's of course unattainable, but I always liked the Tony Stark. Like on the edge of technology, super smart,
You would.
like I don't know. But I know that's very obvious. I know it's an obvious choice, but whatever.
No, I see that in you though.
what I'm saying?
I definitely see that
Yeah.
in you.
That's a 7.
I
I was wondering why you were
It's a
calling the
7.
studio Albright Industries. It
Oh
was
my
weird.
Oh.
You made the whole logo and everything. What's
Yeah,
going on?
it's kind of weird.
Wow.
We're in a tower right now.
No,
do you guys
I
think?
liked
Oh,
not even
yeah.
necessarily like how I like the idea that he's kind of chaos with this kind of edge of technology
Yeah.
because he's not like I feel like a lot of tech people and a lot of science people are so like type A that
Yeah.
he kind of breaks that mold a little bit, and I like that too. Where like I like that he's smart, but also he's not afraid to like be bunny or
It's
whatever.
not an opposite. We both picked characters that are great at what they do, but self-destructive. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Wow.
like yours is more like travel the earth and like
yeah.
you know, like go in dark caves. Mine's more
Can't
like
commit.
You don't wanna
solving some sort
go
of
in a
health
dark
crisis.
cave?
I don't know.
You don't want to go in a dark cave?
Not necessarily.
There
No.
you go.
I'm down for the movie watch. Anyways,
Hey, whoa.
I have to tell you a story. Can I tell you a story?
yeah. I want to hear your guys' characters first.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Hold on to that story
I-
with all your heart.
Back pocket. Go ahead.
I don't even know. I like.
Go ahead, Cara.
I
Percy
liked-
Jackson.
Are you Taylor Swift from the Taylor Swift
Oh
documentary?
my god.
No, she's kind of spirals a little bit.
Yeah, she does.
In her documentary.
Has anybody
Lily.
checked in on her? Is she okay? Taylor? We never talk about her
Taylor
on the
who?
show, so that's what I was. Oh, yeah, okay.
Who?
Who's Taylor?
I feel like I pick and
I'm a
choose, like with like
All just threes.
Okay, you guys, Cara's literally answering, okay?
Oh, you guys are on a podcast? What?
Still do that. 3 and we're done.
Go ahead and Cara. Cara, I'm
Thank
serious.
you.
Love you, baby. Cara, I love you. Go ahead, say your
change,
character.
baby.
I like the character like development of Mulan.
Okay.
Like I love how she stands up for what's right, and I feel like
Tends to be a man.
I want to be more like Mulan. I'm not really like
Okay, that's
Pretending to be a
all right.
man.
That's beautiful.
yeah,
That's
pretending
alright.
to be a man.
Yeah.
But I don't really know like a movie character that I ever really like resonated with. I was like, oh wow, that's so me.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Or like, I mean, wanted to be is what we said. So.
Yeah, Mulan.
Yeah, that works.
There you
I
go.
want to be Mulan.
Olivia.
I'm having a hard time.
Mushu.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
I couldn't
Tricky.
place the name, and you found it for me.
Grandma.
Thank you.
Grandma.
Thank you.
Would
I don't.
to stay forever? That was Grandma.
That was a good one.
How
Okay, lucky
can they be? They're dead.
Okay.
That wasn't very good.
anyways.
Oh, Grandma. Come on. Go ahead.
You know when it's like somebody asks you what your favorite movie is, and every single movie in your head just is like gone. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't Titanic. I don't know.
Titanic, though.
Thank you. Yeah.
State.
No, good. The only one that I like is in there. Okay. I feel like I would say maybe. Oh wait. Okay. Wow. A lot of things just popped through my head. I would say any female character in Greta Gerwig's movies.
Ladybird.
Lady Bird, Lady Bird's
That
mom.
is such a broad spectrum. I need you to
Okay.
narrow it slightly.
Lady Bird.
Any
Book
female
smart.
character
Book smart.
from this person's movies is what you just said.
I like.
You sound like somebody who never seen Ladybird.
I've never seen it.
What's your, oh my gosh,
It's so
John.
good.
Movie night tonight.
Keep going.
I feel like I don't know you.
Okay, well.
So probably her, Lady Bird, or the girl from same Saoirse in
Saoirse
Little
Ronan.
Woman. Little Woman.
Lil Women.
So
I
Joe.
love her.
Joe March.
Thank you, Joe March.
I'm so Amy.
Joe March.
Oh, if you
you
wanted
know,
to
you know.
choose anyone who like resonated with me, like that's me. It's Amy from Little Women.
Oh,
The
Beth.
Brat. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see that.
I feel like Joe March or no, yeah, that's it. I would say,
Alright.
or Amy Poehler in Parks and Rec.
There you go.
That's classic 8 Wing 7 right there.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
John
Wait,
tells
what's
a
your story?
You want to hear my story? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay,
Go
I
ahead.
want to tell you the story, and then I want you to be honest about whether you think I did the right thing. Okay.
Yes.
So I sold a camera this last week. It's one of the cameras we use in here. We use it every week, and I sold it because we bought a new one. And so I put it on the market. It's been on the market for a couple weeks. Got a couple hits. People were being like really rough. You know, selling
man.
things on
Barter.
Facebook Market,
Bargain
or
and barter.
OfferUp. You know, it's like so awful because people. I think it's the internet. They allow you to like just like say whatever you want, and you never have to
Anything.
see them again.
Yep.
So they're just like all rough, and then I finally find this girl, and she's like really interested, and she offers a price that I'm comfortable with. Right? Everyone was lowballing me by like $200, like way low. I was like, this is stupid. So she's finally like, oh, okay, let's do it. So we set it up. She wants to meet at 7 a.m. on Saturday. Because she's like going to a shoot or something. She's a photographer. She's buying cameras. I'm like, it makes sense. And I'm like, okay, well, she sees the value. It's good. I show up at 7. To be fair, I was late. Forgot to set an alarm.
Well, whatever.
But I show up. I bring the camera, and she's like, she brought a friend who's checking the camera out. She turns it on. She's like messing with the lens, whole thing, right? And I'm like, again, we use it every week. It's never
Yeah.
been dropped. It's great. It really never really moves. It kind of
Right.
just stays in the corner. It's normally Ryan's angle, so Ryan has the new camera. And she checks it out. She's like, everything's all good, right? Like, cool. She gives me the money, drives away.
So how long was this interaction?
This was, I mean, she
You
checked
didn't
it out
talk
for
to her
as
for more
long
than
as she wants.
10 minutes,
Maybe more
did
than,
ya?
yeah, no more than 10 minutes.
Okay.
But she's like, and she literally, she goes, okay, cool. And she hands me the money, and I grab the money. I said, are you sure? Like, is it everything like you wanted? You checked it out? And she's like, yeah. I was like, okay, cool. Enjoy. Got in the car,
Yep.
right? I drive away 3 hours later. This is the problem with, I was using OfferUp. And
Expose them.
and OfferUp, you like in Facebook Market, when you sell something, you tell them who you sold it to, and then it closes all the conversations. Like you
Yep.
can't reopen them. And OfferUp doesn't do that. It leaves the conversations there. So she hits me up on OfferUp again, and like 3 hours later, she's like, "Hey, by the way, the flash is broken on this camera." And I go, I was like, honestly, I've never even opened the flash on the camera. Like, I use it for video podcasts. Like, I never use the flash. I was like, but I had no idea. I was like, I felt bad. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I was like, I have one of those detached flashes. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll bring you, like, I'll give you a flash for free. Like, I feel bad, you know? And she's like, oh, don't worry about it. And then she like comes back again, like 5 minutes later. She's like, my friend, so she's not using the camera. Her friend is.
Oh,
She said, my friend says there's something wrong with the lens. She's like, the lens is like, it's not like she said something like it's faulting.
loose?
She said it's faulting.
Her friend broke that camera.
Oh, yeah.
And I go, that's weird. I've never had any issue with it. Like, and then all of a sudden she goes, well, it seems like it's been dropped. And I was like, well, I've never dropped it. I can tell you that much. But I did buy this camera through OfferUp like a year ago when we started
Used.
not a year ago, but like slightly before we started this podcast, and used. So I was like, maybe the person before me, but I've never had any issues. Like, it's worked like a charm for us. Like, never had an issue.
No big deal.
Well, then she's like, now it's throwing an error message when I turn it on, and I'm like, we've
they
never
effed up
had an
that
error
camera.
message.
They
We've
effed it
never.
up.
And so then she's like, I want my money back. She's like, can we meet up and can we switch back? And I was like, trying to be nice, and I was like, well, maybe. I was like, I don't know. And I called Jordan's photographer, as everyone knows. And so I was like, what do you think? Should I switch it back? And Jordan's like, just switch it back and be done. Cause you know, like, we'll try and resell it. But then I'm like,
If it's broken, you can't resell
I was
it.
like,
Bro, it was working when you like
She had
gave
time
it
to
to the
look at
girl.
it,
She
right?
That's her
looked at
fault.
it.
well, then I do this. I'm trying to be nice. Cause again, and I was telling you guys earlier, the irony was when we were there, I was talking to her for just a little bit after we exchanged. And I was saying like, or maybe it was a message after I'd left. I'd messaged her and I was like, it's so nice to have like a good deal with like people who like aren't like being
Sketchy.
are trying to be sketchy, right?
Yeah.
And she agreed with me. She said, "Oh yeah, I agree. Thank you so much." Blah blah. And then so I feel bad about the whole thing, and I go, "Listen, I feel bad about the flash because I never used the flash. I didn't know it was broken. I said I'll Venmo you $75."
Oh my god.
I was like, and then you can maybe get the flash fixed, but at least you get some of your money back, whatever, right? And she goes, I just want to switch back. And I was like,
Nope.
I don't feel comfortable switching back because you've had the camera for 4 hours
And
now.
you checked it.
And I was like, I said your friend checked it.
Look, and once the money went in your hand and the camera went in her hand,
The deal was done.
it's donezo.
And
bro.
that's what I thought.
Like,
I was like, I'm not a retail store.
it's
I'm
not
not
like
Best Buy.
it's
know?
not
Yeah.
like you were like, oh, here it is, like quick switch. Like she had time to look at the camera.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then so I felt
Seems
bad.
sketchy to me.
I felt bad, and then I was like, I didn't really respond because I was really just busy. I wasn't ignoring her, and she's like, if you don't respond, I'm gonna have to report you to OfferUp.
And that's when you delete your account.
And then I go, well, this interaction is clearly over. Like, I'm not going to be able to do anything with this, you know?
Yep.
So then I ended up deactivating my account.
Yeah.
Not because I was like trying to run from it, but I was just like, you know what? I'm
look,
done.
I've used OfferUp before, and it is trash. It's a bad app.
Yep.
It's not good.
And so I felt bad because, again, I wasn't trying to scam her. I mean, we use the camera every week
Every
on
time.
the show.
And there's no problem.
And it's never had any issue. And it's always been great quality. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm like, it's not like I was trying to be shady. But
And
then,
it's not, and it's that space of like, what do they call it? Like room for error. There was 4
Yeah.
hours between
Yeah.
Yes.
she got the camera
And
and
she
she
lives-
hit you up.
Well, then what I found out, what I assume is she wanted to meet up before she was going on a photo shoot. So I think there's a couple different theories that people that I've talked to about this think. My dad thinks she just had buyer's remorse. Like she bought it and she's like, I'm out.
It's not working the way I
I'll
wanted
tell you
to.
how much she paid for it. She
well,
paid
it's not even her.
$550
It's her
for it.
friend.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was, you know, she bought it technically, but
Wow.
yeah, I think she either bought it for a friend or something. But she paid $550. Now, like
Maybe
the
she researched it and bought the wrong camera or something.
No, the camera body in itself is worth $600, and she got a lens and
Yeah.
a battery, or the whole thing,
Stoked.
whatever. So
Yeah.
so that's why I was like, also part of me was like, you know, the body alone is worth what she
Yeah.
paid for it, and so, or my mother-in-law thinks that she this is kind of out there. She thinks that she needed it for the photo shoot on Saturday,
And is
so
trying to
she
return
bought it, used it at the photo shoot,
Yes.
and then doesn't need it anymore.
I could see that.
I can see that.
Oh.
Kind of like a rent, like trying to get out of
Well, then
renting
just-
thing.
That's so stupid.
just
Rent
what I
a
was like,
camera.
If this is your business, like just rent it, bro. Like
I know.
if you're really
it's
trying
kind
to
of a
like
far-fetched one for
Yeah.
me, but I, thought it
I
was kinda
fully
interesting.
can see that she bought it, immediately broke it, and wants to try to return it.
Like she plugged it into like a computer and tried to do a new software, change
no, I
the
bet
settings
she
or
dropped
something.
it. She got home, she dropped it, and it's like, oh crap.
For there to be that many issues that you missed the first time is like,
Also
that
within,
doesn't
like,
make
Like you're
4
getting an error
hours.
message.
Maybe
like,
if it was within an hour.
Yeah.
Like I just got home and you see the timestamp and it's like
Yeah.
45 minutes later.
Like she was grasping at straws for her to say that the flash wasn't working, the lens was broken, there was an error message. It's like, where are you getting all this stuff
Yeah.
from? Like that was never
it's a
happening.
broken camera, my man.
And until I felt, I felt bad because I'm not trying to scam her, obviously. Until like,
and you didn't. They checked it out.
I know. I feel, it put like a knot in my stomach because
Yeah.
I kind of felt
Typical
bad about
9.
it. You know, but at the same time, I'm like, I
Or
wasn't
whatever
trying
you
to
are.
scam her or whatever. But I mean,
He's
it
a
brings up the whole
five.
topic of like, I know you've sold stuff on Facebook Marketplace or
Ugh,
OfferUp.
God.
Like,
I've strictly changed to Craigslist now.
oh really?
Which
I'm
I'm
like-
surprised. I feel like Craigslist is the
It
most
is. It's the Wild
sketchy.
West, but I like to look somebody dead in the eye. I'm like, I need your phone number and your address. I will show up at your house and I will take that from you so that if you're scamming
And
me,
that's
I
why
will
it's
return to
sketchy
your
though,
home.
because they could be scamming you,
Dude.
and then you get abducted by going to their actual address.
Yeah.
No, look, I
Yes.
scored a killer hollow body guitar, like half price.
Really?
This dude that like bought it, wanted to learn how to play, bought it new, never touched it, and now is selling it back. Like doesn't
Into
really
the
know any better.
universe.
Like awesome, like super big house, like over in Sunset Cliffs. Was like, yeah, I don't know, $200, and I was like, yeah, heck yeah,
Yes.
thank you. Like,
So
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
think like all of these online resale stuff. I know I've sold things through like Poshmark, which is more for fashion, accessories, all this
trendy.
stuff. But you can sell like electronics and other things.
Yeah.
Their rule is that once you buy it and once it's shipped to you, unless the clothes are like the completely wrong thing, like if I ordered jeans and they sent me like a t-shirt,
Yeah.
then you can dispute it and return it.
Yeah.
But if you got something, say if I bought a camera through Poshmark and it's what I ordered, you cannot return
But
it.
you
It is
don't like
yours.
it.
It is
Yeah,
yours.
she
yeah.
tried to claim she's like, this isn't what as it was described, and I was like, I had tons of photos on there, and I was just like, I literally, and in my description, it was very simple. I was like, I use this camera all the time. I'm selling it because I'm upgrading.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like that's literally the only reason I sell stuff. Like,
Yeah.
if it's like I'm either getting something new or I don't need it anymore. Like I never
No,
try.
yeah.
You never try and sell something broken. You know what I'm
She
saying?
switched it up.
Yep.
Something happened
So, I think
afterwards.
That's what I think.
And
I think she got. I
backpedaled
really think
hard.
she got buyer's remorse. I think she paid for the $550, and she's like,
I paid too much. I could get it cheap.
Or her
somebody
friend-
told her.
or her friend
it
doesn't know
sounds
how
like
to
or
handle
her
a
friend's
camera and broke
photographer
it.
and is like, you paid how much? Like, no, honey. Like, you can go down to the camera mart and get it for $300 at George's. Like,
do you ever have? Do you sell things online?
It's a lot
I
of
do.
forward.
I do like either I'll do Craigslist or now I've gotten into like Reverb.com, which is like
Yeah.
an app for like secondhand
Oh, I buy a
music
lot of
gear.
stuff there.
Yeah. So I do like pedals and stuff, and it is you just mark it like as is.
Yeah.
Right. Like, hey, you're buying this. Like, it's got you put the description in there.
And
it
you're
works
buying it
great.
used
I
anyways.
use it, and then but what's great about Reverb is they have a good like. If you get
Return
scammed,
policy.
well, the company will like
Help
throw
you
you
out.
money or whatever.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a lot of security gets expensive.
Oh, and it's thousands of dollars worth of stuff going around. They want to keep,
Yeah.
customers coming
do you
back.
ever get the long sale where you put something up and then like literally like months later somebody goes, "Is this still available?"
Yes.
Oh.
God, like no, like I
You know-
sold that in a
I get that all
garage
the
sale.
time.
You know what was sketchy about OfferUp is I posted something and within seconds of me posting it, there were like
Someone likes
five
it?
scam accounts. No, 5 scam accounts that are like,
Yeah, I
hi, I
hate
want to buy
that.
this. And then I'd respond and they don't respond, or they respond with like some like,
Yeah, did you ever get a real
Canned
scammer on
thing?
Craigslist?
No.
I one time answered this ad because we were trying to buy a boat last summer. So whatever, like a little dinghy to go fishing out on.
Yeah.
Oh,
oh, it scared me.
I
What-
gotcha.
What did I drop?
I don't know.
I don't know, it
Knocked your
doesn't
phone over.
Water
Oh, the
bottle?
mouse.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Eh.
Is it still recording? You're good.
Is the mouse still alive?
Squeak, squeak. Anyways, so
Squeak
I
and squeaker
inquired
squeak.
about this boat. I
Yeah.
was like, hey, it's a $500 little dinghy. Like, let's seal the deal.
We'll say the description first, right?
Oh, well, no, I didn't get, first I was like, hey, is this available? And so what I thought was this woman was like, yeah, like, hey, I'm just letting you know, like, I need to sell this like tomorrow. Like, we're moving out of the state. My husband just passed away.
It's always the story.
And I was like, I just was so moved. I was fully caught off guard because it seemed like the posting
Legit.
seemed like, oh, like this lady just wrote this up or whatever.
Yeah.
Seemed fully legit. I was like, oh my gosh, yes, like, I'll meet you tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes around and it's like, in our morning, like, we left the state today. Like, but the boat's at this place. You can go pick it up. All you got to do is wire me the money. And I'm like,
Scam.
bro. Like you really like pulled at my heartstrings over $500. Like,
Yep.
like what's going on here? Like,
So I
Yeah.
think
So
in
messed
you're
up.
just ripping
conclusion,
people off.
I feel like all selling apps are pretty sketchy anyways. But John, you are not in the fault.
No, I think you're
No,
fine.
no,
bro.
you're fine. You
Like
do well.
you made a
Felt
sale.
guilty. Well, here, can I tell you the topper of all this?
Yeah.
I realized what I did wrong. Okay.
You broke the camera.
No, I dropped it. No,
I dropped it in moments
No.
before selling.
What happened was I was dealing with this guy before I talked to this girl, and his name on Alpha I'll just drag him. His name is Chad, and he was trolling
Get him.
me so hard.
Get
He
him.
was like asking me all these questions, and then he's like, "Offer you $400," and I'm like, $400? I listed it the camera for $600.
Yep.
And I was like,
Bruh.
no, I'm not, like, for that much, I'll just keep it. You
Yeah.
know, like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to get rid of it for that. And then he like, a couple days later, he'd ask me more questions. What's the shutter count? So I get on there, I figure out the shutter count. It's like super
He's
low.
like,
It's like 7,000,
"Give you
right?
$200
Super
bucks."
low. And he goes, oh yeah, I still give you 400 for it. And I was like, so the guy's like, give me, and then finally we get to a head right before this girl reaches out to me, and she's like, and I'm like, dude, I'm just done. Like, I'm not selling
Yeah.
you for 400. And he was like, oh, well, this isn't worth it. And I was like, this camera is worth it. And if you can find this camera for what I'm selling with for more, for $400, I said, please let me know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to find it. And then he's like, tells me that he bought a similar camera for $520. And I go, you offered him $520 and you're offering me $400.
And then he
You're
deactivated your
insane,
account, so
right?
he'll never get to.
No, he didn't. So then what happened was, after I made this deal with this girl,
You told Chad.
on my
No,
ride
you-
home,
Yes.
I chatted Chad, and I said,
Just sold it
I
for
just sold
$550.
it for $550 with a middle finger emoji.
You're petty.
You were so petty.
And that's what screwed my deal up. The universe
Oh my
saw
god.
that.
John.
Oh my god.
You're
And
my
went-
hero. That is the perfect ending.
Oh my
And so
gosh.
that's what messed it up.
Literally screw Chad. Who cares? And
Oh
screw
my
this
gosh.
girl too.
Chad reached out to her and was like, "Hey, let's pull a trick on John.
Oh my gosh.
Do you
Try
think
and get your money back."
it was like a Bonnie and Clyde situation?
I hope I never see him again. That's what I'm saying.
I'll tell you what.
I am petty, and I normally not like that, but I did it because if you saw
Well,
history,
see-
Chad for weeks was like asking me dumb, stupid
Yeah.
Freaking
questions,
Chad.
and then going, I still only offer you $400. I'm like, dude, get out of here.
Your
I
original
really hope he
problem was
sounds
you're,
like that.
You're too nice. Is you?
Yeah.
I just ghost Chad right away. I'm like, okay,
What if Chad's
I don't get
actual
the price I like?
voice-
Just be gone.
Is like,
Oh my gosh.
hey dude.
Well, and then I look at Chad's page. I go to Chad's page, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to look at Chad's page,
Yep.
and it's all like stupid, like garage stuff for like priced at like
Whoa.
hundreds of dollars.
No.
And I'm like, what is
I hate
wrong
when they
with
think
you?
they know what they have.
Yep.
They're like,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
like
But then they'll offer me like 2 cents for my $600
Yeah,
camera.
exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Screw Chad.
Yeah,
But
screw
anyways,
Chad.
I screwed myself. Go ahead.
Okay, well.
tell you what,
that
all the
happens.
money in the world can't make you happy. You know why?
Why?
Bill Gates, Melinda Gates,
Oh,
getting
yeah.
divorced.
My heart. My heart. Be still. Yeah, that
That's
sucks.
it.
You ever think about that?
That's all.
No. All you
We're,
think about is
sad.
Chad.
we're getting the cue that we need to. Move
all
on
you're
to
thinking about
TikToks.
is Chad and
I'm getting the.
this other girl. I don't know. Who cares?
I'm getting the
Yeah.
TikToks.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you picked up on that.
I could tell. That's why I ended it with Chad
It was more.
because
It was more of a passing comment. I wasn't trying to open up a big segment on the Gates family, but
Hey, but you know, our hearts go out
okay,
to him.
guys,
Hopefully, they figure it
show's
out.
over, guys. Stop talking.
Our hearts go out to Bill.
Yeah,
Okay, you
Specifically
didn't say
Bill.
Ryan and John react.
I did.
Oh.
It
Kind of fell through the wayside.
My switcher is not. Oh, I'm sorry. My switcher's not working.
It's not?
Ryan
Oh
and
wait,
John
I got it.
won.
Go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
Ryan and John react.
That's like for really intense.
Phone users beware.
Dude,
Protect
that
yourselves.
bass.
Do you like that one?
Just like.
Okay, here's some videos from
Okay.
TikTok.
Okay.
TikToks. TikTok
why does
on the.
Why does this do me dirty
Every time.
Oh wow! One of these days.
Here we go.
Okay.
You wonder if I get many bruises at work.
Oh no.
The answer is yes,
no.
too many.
I've seen this. Oh my gosh!
Guy that works on a boat. Oh
Oh no, that's
No,
rough.
thank you.
no. Do I get bruises at work?
Yikes! Oh, Fisher Benny, huh?
Oh,
Really hard.
Really get hurt doing that.
You walked like sideways in the last one. That's me.
Wow.
Okay.
wow.
Wait, is he on a fishing boat or what was that?
Yeah, I
okay.
think it was a fishing boat.
Oh
I don't
wow.
know.
Now
this
we're
looks
onto
like
this
a
thing.
lot.
Big
This was my
snack.
worst nightmare.
I'm a
I
southern
love this guy. I
snack.
watch him on Snapchat every time he posts an episode.
Right now, she's a monster. Not only a monster size.
So this guy's holding a massive snake.
Oh, he's trying to kill her.
And the snake is full on trying to bite him.
Yep. Got her. Yep.
You thought I was kidding.
I thought I was
She's not a very nice snake.
Yeah, well, then let's get her
She's
back in
not
the
a
cage,
very
Chief.
nice
I
snake.
never questioned whether or not she was a nice snake.
If that's the same
Dude,
snake
have
they
you
used
seen
in Harry
his
Potter.
stuff?
No.
He has to take eggs out of these, take them out to put them in the
Are they all
incubator.
hostile?
And the snake is like this massive snake, and she's trying to protect her babies. You know,
Yeah.
she's like female snake. She's like, ooh, so close. It is so nerve wracking.
No, thank you.
It's like watching Kevin on the Urban Rescue Ranch.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what.
I love
I'm
Kevin up here
obsessed.
next week, huh?
Yeah, we
Man
need
one
some of
day.
that.
Okay, ready? This is
Go ahead.
This is my
Your
favorite.
man might have the Star Wars Lego set Death Star, but can he chug a sparkling water and not burp?
This is Ryan.
I'm gonna do this after.
Olivia's tried.
Oh.
Chugging.
Oh my gosh.
He
What do
doesn't
I do?
finish it. He doesn't finish it. Bangs his head on the garage. Wow. Hey, good selections.
Oh my
Thanks so much.
gosh.
Olivia.
Wow. Thank you. I felt good
And with
about
that,
this week.
we're at overtime majorly,
Wow.
but here we go.
Actually, not that bad.
Oh, good.
Yeah, not that major. God. I thought we were done with that.
It will literally never die. Well,
man.
from all of us, 7s and 4s and 9s and 1s.
I'm a 5.
Well, just 3s, trying to be 4s, for 8s.
God.
Hey, from all of
Don't
us
change
here,
the
Come on,
change the
WTP,
Say it.
don't use OfferUp.
Hey.
Make
See you
someone
next
cry.
week on What the Podcast.